Okay, I think I'm going live here. Can you hear me? You can hear me on the phone, but you're not on the computer yet, are you?
Yes, I am on the computer, and it just says, please stand by, starting soon. The computer is kind of slow. It's not quick. Maybe I should click off of YouTube, and that one, and off of this webinar, and then go back to this one. No wonder, because I had another webinar that was still on. Okay. Now I'm getting picture with you.
Right.
Please stand by, starting soon. The computer's kind of slow. It's not quick. Yeah, I see you. Click off of YouTube.
You can see me?
I can hear my voice too. It's like whatever I just repeated for a couple seconds.
What am I doing?
Now you went back to the screen where it just has a picture of you with your hands up.
Okay. See, but you can't see me.
Now I just seen you. Hold on.
Test.
Papa.
Do you see me hold up a cup?
It's just a picture with your hands raised.
All right. I don't know.
Yeah, you were on just a couple seconds ago.
I don't know.
Now you went back to the screen where it just has a picture of you with your hands up.
Okay. You can't see me.
No, I just seen it. Hold on.
You see me hold up a cup?
It's just a picture with your hands raised. Yeah, you were on just a couple seconds ago. Okay, now I see one.
Okay. I can't see me.
Are you there?
Yep. Can you see me?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
You are staring at the screen, looking all confused. Oh my gosh, somebody's writing something.
That's me. I was there's something popped on my screen, a whole bunch of writing. So I just.
Oh, weird.
I can't.
You're not writing that right now, are you?
Yeah, I was, but I won't. I can't close that window.
Oh.
It's a drawing thing, and I don't know why it's on there. So I have no idea. I have no idea how to do this because it's. But I clicked on this. Okay, you know what? Actually, you know what I can do right now?
Okay.
I can go to my PowerPoint right now. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to do the PowerPoint now. I'm going to click Start Screen Share, and I'm going to do this. Okay, if anybody can see where we are at this point, now I'm going to see if I can open this up all the way. I'm going to go to Home. I'm going to click Slideshow. I'm going to go from the beginning. And now, my guest, I think my one and only guest, Marianne, you're on the phone with me to help me out with this technical stuff. Can you see the screen?
I just see you talking.
You see me talking?
Hmm?
I'm not okay. You see me talking on the phone?
No, it's not in sync with what you're saying on the phone.
Oh, I know, because that's
okay,
different.
Here we go. It says how to stay positive.
All right, we're up. Here it goes. I'm gonna do the presentation right now.
Great.
It started about 10 minutes late. So you can't see me. You just see the screen where it says how to stay positive, right? Wonderful. So I'm going to give the presentation right now for the ABCD of success. So it's starting right now, even though we had about 10 minutes of wasted stuff, so I'm going to get right into it. Thank you so much for coming here, and today I'm going to hopefully share with you some value. Hey guys, first of all, things change, and how to stay positive when bad things happen. Now today I'm going to talk about momentum, positive momentum, negative momentum, and how to rebound from a major setback, and how to minimize the risk of it happening again in your life, how to stop the downward spiral momentum, and how to get out of the hole, how to rebuild and start again fresh, how to get back to a level playing field, and how to get momentum working for you. Now things change. People, the weather, technology, circumstances, the world changes. What would you do if everything changed in your life? Now at the very end of this presentation, I'm going to give you a very simple strategy that I use every day to stay in power, to stay in my power, to promote growth and improvement in every area of my life. You're going to learn a simple, easy to follow, 5-step process to tap into your personal power source. You're going to learn how to stop negative momentum in its tracks, change your limiting beliefs, and begin attracting abundance into your life. Improve your health and use your body to help you engage your mindset. You're going to learn how to improve your relationships and feel right at home in any social setting. You're going to learn how to deliberately design your destiny, your dreams, and your desires. Now, so who is Bob Miller, and why should you listen to me? Well, I'm known as the positive momentum guy. And now my passion is and has been to inspire others to stay positive and to create positive momentum in their own lives. Now, I am no stranger to rebuilding a new life. I'm the creator of the Incredible Breakthrough Show. It's a radio show that interviews people who've overcome challenges. Mainly, it's people who've had strokes. That's where I came from, the stroke support community, because I am also the founder of StrokeSuck.com. It was a very inspirational stroke support community that I founded about a year after I had the stroke in 2006. And the title was called Stroke Suck, but there are things that you can do to improve your life and the lives of others. So it was an inspirational community, and it was really popular back a couple of years ago, before all the thousands of other little groups popped up. But I think it was like the first main one that was up there on the internet that I saw, at least, anyways. Now I'm also the owner of my own insurance agency called The New Life Insurance. The New Life Insurance, as opposed to the old life insurance. The New Life Insurance, which offers the new state-of-the-art type of living benefits life insurance and tax-free retirement planning. I'm vice president of the fastest-growing living benefits life insurance company in America, Freedom Equity Group, and I'm also the creator of the ABCD of Success, something that I created years ago. And it's a simple, easy follow blueprint. It was developed to help someone, particularly myself, to define and then to deliberately design their ideal life, their destiny, their dreams, their desires. So that's what it's a simple way to try to make things happen in your life. So now, going back to myself here, everything was fine. Until like October 20, 2006, I had 3 businesses going. I had a landscape construction company. I installed flagpole, big flagpoles. I repaired ones that were broken. It was fun. I was going up in big lifts. And it was a cool thing. That was more of a part-time thing. I worked in conjunction with my landscape construction company. And then at nighttime, I sold life insurance. I worked for the Knights of Columbus for about 10 years. Then worked with Catholic Family Life, and then became independent for a couple of years. But I started doing the insurance back in 1994. I was married for 33 years, had 3 kids in private school, 2 dogs, a couple of cats, and a parrot. My wife was a stay-at-home mom at that time. Life was pretty good. And then on one Friday morning, I was getting ready to go to work. It was early in the morning, and everything changed. I was on my computer early in the morning, and I was reading some ads for Craigslist for one of my businesses, and then I noticed my left arm beginning to go numb. And I'm thinking, okay, what is this? Maybe did I sleep on it wrong or something like that? I was getting those pins and needles sort of feelings. Just like, you ever get that where you sleep on your arm, you get that feeling. But it wasn't going away, and I was getting like a loss of sensation. So I started doing like a lot of windmills, like swinging my arm around and doing things. And then I knew I was in trouble. I walked outside my door of my office in a little outdoor area, and I got a big 5-gallon bucket of baseballs. And because I always coach my kids in Little League, and I went out there and I lifted one up with my left hand. I picked it up, and it just fell out of my hand. I wasn't able to hold on to it. I said, "Oh my God!" At that point, I mean, I knew this was something really serious, and I'm thinking maybe it's a heart attack or something, you know. And so right before, and I started playing some music on YouTube. I think it was called Merlin's Magic. It was sort of an eerie new age sort of music. I don't even know why I picked it, but it just kind of added into the whole feeling of like weirdness that was happening that early. So then I figured what I was gonna go and take a shower. I figured I would go in there and go take a shower. Maybe the warm water would activate it. And I figured if nothing else, if something really bad was happening, at least as my mother would always tell me and my 9 brothers and sisters, if you're gonna go to the hospital, make sure you have clean underwear. So I figured I would have at least clean underwear anyway. So I went into the shower, took the shower, and it didn't do anything. It was still numb. The warm water on the shoulder still didn't do anything. So woke up my wife. It's probably about 5 o'clock in the morning at this time, I guess. And I said, "Hey," I said, "You know, honey," I said, "I think I'm having a heart attack or a stroke." And that's the very first time the word stroke even came out of my mouth. I don't even know where that came from, but I just knew something was wrong. And she woke up, snapped out of bed, like, "What?" You know, like, what the hell? What are you talking about? It's a hell of a way to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Your spouse is saying you're having a stroke or something. So she jumped up, got out of bed, and went onto the internet. And yes, they did have internet back in those days, but barely. And she started looking around for some symptoms of numbness. That's one of the symptoms of stroke is sudden loss of sensation. We have there's a couple main signs of stroke, and numbness is one of those things. And so, make a long story short, she heard me talk. I was talking to my brother on the phone because I had a job that I had to go finish, and I was asking him if he could go and do that for me because I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it. And she heard my voice. My voice started to slur, and I just was talking slow. And so she typed in on the internet, numbness, lost, bad speech, slurred speech, and then it came back as a sign of a stroke. So she called 911. To make a long story short, what happened, an artery had blown up in my right side of my brain, and so a bunch of blood started flowing to the left side of the brain, and brain matter and blood are not a good thing. They don't work together, so it was seeping into my brain, just causing a massive stroke. I mean, I was having a hemorrhagic stroke, was a major stroke, and I just sort of coming out of it and totally, just incoherent, babbling, saying weird things. I went to the hospital, and they didn't expect me to make it through the night. They called in the priest, and they called my children in. My daughter from LA was going to school, Loyola Marymount. She came down, and so everybody got together. And I remember talking, telling my wife where my life insurance policy was. I was thinking about that because I knew something just was really bad. So I told her that I only had $500,000 worth of insurance, and I remember telling her where the policy was. And then I remember apologizing to her, saying, "I'm sorry, I only have this much. I should have had more. I'm thinking I should have had at least, a couple of $1 million or whatever." But it just was a bad thing. But anyways, I didn't die. But the doctor said that the stroke was so severe that I most likely would probably never ever walk ever again. Well, it took months to learn how to walk. Excuse me, and I became so frustrated looking for answers and support online which was pretty much non-existent at that time. So I created my own stroke support community called Stroke Suck. But there are things you can do to improve your life. In fact, I even wrote a book. I wrote the book about my stroke experience back in about a year after I had the stroke back in 2007. Now, it's one thing, to be paralyzed and unable to use half your body. It's totally another thing when your brain shuts down and you suffered severe damage, and nothing, as it seems, as that worked once before. Everything was weird. My emotions were off. I just cried at the drop of a hat. It's hard to explain unless you've been there, but everything is just different. You don't feel like you can do. You can't. First of all, you can't do the things you could do before. Your brain's just not working properly. You're tired all the time. It's just everything is just a very, very bad thing. And it's it's totally another thing when you can't work anymore, when you're unable to go to work and make a paycheck. It's very easy to lose your self-esteem, your confidence, your self-worth, along with all of your savings. That takes a major hit. And then things got worse. As if things weren't bad enough, it's just not like, okay, these bad things happen. Well, then you know what? Then one thing that doesn't go away is your bills. Your bills keep coming in. Trust me. When you can't work and you're laying there and you're paralyzed, and you're the sole source, the only source of income which we had in our family, and then all of a sudden I couldn't work anymore. I was like a wet noodle. I felt like my brain was like scrambled eggs inside of a blender. And I was out of it. I was totally out of it. But every month, guess what happens? The bills keep coming in every month. The credit card bills need to be paid. The rent needs to be paid. Everything, food, utilities, all the bills need to be paid. And if there's no more money coming in, what happens? It wasn't a very pretty picture at all. It was terrible. And my poor wife, she had to deal with the onslaught because I was too far out of it. And then we went through all of our savings. We cashed in my 401k, along with all the fees, the penalties, and taxes. Excuse me. We drained my permanent life insurance of all its cash value. We sold our coin collections, baseball cards, everything we could just to survive. And as you can imagine, my 33-year marriage became strained, and then my wife was saying, we're going to have to file for bankruptcy, and I remember saying, no, I don't want to do it, because we had AAA credit. My credit rating was perfect, but she kept saying we're going to have to do it because there's no more money coming in. How are we going to pay the bills? People were starting to call on the phone and say, hey, your bills, where's your credit card payment? I said, oh my God, and we were forced into bankruptcy. Life really started to suck. And that's when I created Stroke Suck, because I figured I was going to reach out and try to find some answers, and then I just automatically started helping other people with their problems. But right before it, I just totally felt out of it. I felt like I didn't even want to live because I couldn't. I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't move, and I actually really wanted to die. I thought about finding a way if I could maneuver my wheelchair out to the deep end of the pool. And if I could have activated my $500,000 insurance policy, I figured at least there'd be some money. I mean, I won't be such a burden on a family, So this was not a very good place where I was at. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't take my life, and I had faith, and I had family. My kids love me. My brothers and sisters. I have, like I said, I had 9 brothers and sisters, or 8 still alive, but I had a lot of support, a lot of encouragement there, and they helped out people. They I have a lot of people help me with paid bills. We even had a fundraiser back in Buffalo, New York, where I came from originally, and my family chipped in and they helped out a real lot. But it was still tough. But it was just a really tough time in my life. And even though I was what I call the abyss, I knew that deep inside that unless I gave up, my strong faith in God's eternal love would see me through these challenges. In the Bible, Jesus says to have strong faith. That's not the little wishy-washy stuff, where we hope things are going to work out for us, but to really know and to believe in our whole heart that things are going to work out, even when they look as bad as they look, things will work out. And so the faith that I had and my family is what see me through at that point, And I was broke, excuse me, but I was not broken. Being broke is temporary. I made up this post. I started making posts. I started posting quotes from other people, and I started doing that so much that I started making up my own quotes, and then I learned how to put quotes on nice pictures that I found and things that I took. But being broke is temporary. Being poor is permanent. Being broke does not mean broken. Being broke is having a scarcity mindset. These words do not just apply to money, but to your attitude, your relationships, your life. You can fix being broke, but you just don't be poor. Don't say I'm poor. You can say you're broken, but that's just a temporary thing. So be broke, but don't be poor. You know. And I was bent physically. I was shattered mentally. I was a social nightmare. I couldn't get along with people. I was broke financially. But I did have that strong faith thing working for me, and I sensed that the power that creates worlds never really did go away. It will always be there, and it is. I did everything I could do to make myself stronger. I started to walk. I started taking short little walks. I started, using my left hand, trying to squeeze little foam balls, and just doing things I could do. I began began reading books. Listening to tapes and videos on YouTube. I can pull up my old DVDs, things that I had before for years. I've always been a big fan of Wayne Dyer. Ever since like 1977, my mother gave me his first book, The Erroneous Zones. I started reading that again. I resurrected. I had a bunch of old Tony Robbins personal power tapes. I had those. I had old books of Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, Dale Carnegie, Napoleon Hill. And then I found new role models as well. Brendan Burchard, Darren Hardy, Noah St. John, Louise Hay, Esther and Jerry Hicks, and many more. And I continue to search and look for ways to grow and improve my life. And my motto here on Stroke Suck was to give, to help, and to inspire. To give of yourself, give your time, give something to other people, help people become their best self, and then to inspire others to be their best self. Then I started a Stroke Suck UK for the United Kingdom. I started a Stroke Suck Australia, a Stroke Suck Canada, and I even a Stroke Suck caregiver community for people who took care of their husbands or wives who've had a stroke. So I've been offering support and helping other people, without making any money doing it since 2008. And then in 2010, I had another stroke. It was more minor, but this time it affected my right side. The first time the whole left side was paralyzed. Now I just got my right side. And I guess we all have our challenges. But then it was shortly after the second stroke that my wife and I decided to part ways. And it'll just the way things happen in life sometimes. But they're just one of the posters that I wrote. Allow, and I've been doing, like I said, these things for years now. And this one here, allow God's love to flow to you, through you, from you. Appreciate all that you have and all that's possible. Align yourself with the love of the universe and all that is good. I totally believe in that. And then in 2011, I wanted to get back into work, so I went to a webinar. Not a webinar. It was a meeting here locally in San Diego where I live, and they were talking about it was life insurance. I still had my life insurance license, but they were talking about a form of life insurance that pays you money if you get sick and you don't die. Like for instance, the $500,000 that I had, if I would have had this kind of life insurance, you could receive up to 90% of your face amount before you die. And it was like, so I would have received between like $400,000 to $450,000 in cash if I would have had this kind of insurance, as opposed to the kind that I had where I received like nothing. So, but that makes a huge difference. And the funny thing, it would have been cheaper if I would have had that than what I was paying for. And even though I sold life insurance, I didn't even know that this stuff existed. So let me ask you, what would you rather have if something happened to you, God forbid, you got sick tomorrow with something like cancer, heart attack, or stroke, and you couldn't go to work? Would you be able to pay your bills? What would you do? What would you do if all of a sudden the income was shut off? Now, if you're into some sort of home-based marketing and you have a bunch of residual incomes that's coming in for the rest of your life, and you know that, then maybe you can afford to take the time off. But what if you're just starting off in business? What if you just started some home-based business and you don't have residual incomes going yet? What would you do if all of a sudden, bam, you got sick and then you couldn't work? Well, there's a solution for that. Just make sure you have the new kind. And so again, this what I had back then, I would have received $450,000. That would have been huge to have that kind of money coming in. It certainly would have took a lot of pressure off. And if you have something like that, what if you have cancer and you need to go get some treatment? You don't really want to do that chemotherapy. You don't want to use that poison. Maybe you want to go to some Germany for some better treatment or something. If you get cash, cash can help. It can help you do that sort of stuff. It's and the thing about this is I don't like talking about bad things. That's why they call me a positive momentum guy. I like being very positive and upbeat and tell people you can do things. But the fact of the matter is, 7 out of 10 people are going to have a major illness before age 65. 7 out of 10. That's a lot of people. 70% of people are going to get sick before the age 65, and they're not going to die. They're going to live. So what happens to you? What do you do if you have that? So if you're currently wasting money on old-fashioned death insurance, just find out if you can qualify with the new life insurance before it's too late. That's all. If you don't believe in insurance, then that's fine. But I'm just saying, if you are already paying money for old-fashioned stuff, get rid of it. But make sure you're healthy enough to get the new stuff, because you do have to be healthy in order to get that. Because things do change, technology changes, everything changes. Life insurance has changed. But people don't know about it, so I just want people to be aware of that. Just be aware that this stuff does exist and it's out there. So again, I am called the Positive Momentum Guy. That's what I love doing. My website, Bob Miller Success. It's right now it's not even set up. It goes right now. It directs to my Facebook page. I'm redoing it, so it should be up in a couple of days, hopefully. And so. Let me go over here to the next one. Now, the solution that I promise you today, I promise that you will learn how to tap into your own personal power, how to stop negative momentum, how to change your limiting beliefs and begin attracting abundance into your life, how to improve your health and use your body to help you engage your mindset, how to improve your relationships and feel right at home in any social setting, and how to deliberately design your destiny, your desires, and your dreams. Now, I created what's called the ABCD of success, and here's a little diagram of it, and it's simple, and it's like I mentioned before, it's a simple blueprint to help you discover, help you design, develop your own destiny, your dreams, and you can break it down. There's only 5 main areas of our life. There's our mental, emotional state. That's the A. The B is our physical state. The C is our connection to others. What we care for people, how we connect, our compassion. And the D is the financial, that's our dollars. And then the center, that's the essence, that's the eternal energy, that's everything. That's, for me, it's God, it's love, that's where the power source comes from. Everything, it's all connected, it's all connected. So in every area of our life we can improve. When I was paralyzed, if you say on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you physically? That was probably like, on a scale of 1 to 10, probably like 1 or maybe minus. So if you're a 1, you want to become a 2. You're not going to go from 0 to 10. You want to just make small little improvements. So it doesn't matter where you are in your life. Maybe you don't have any relationships right now. Maybe people don't like you because maybe you don't like, you're not acting like a good person. You can learn every single one of these things. You can learn. You can learn how to improve your mind, how to improve your mindset. You can learn how to improve your body. You can learn how to improve your relationships with people, how to be nicer to people. You can learn how to make more money, how to save money, and just tap into that power source. Just tap into that, and that's there. And I'm going to explain that in just a minute. Some easy to spell steps. So here's the very first one. This is the E of the ABCD of success. That's the power source. That's like plugging into the wall socket. That's like putting your phone charger in. Now, a lot of people don't do this, and I don't know I don't even know what your beliefs are. If you have any beliefs, I don't know where you are with that. But I'm not here to get you to talk to adopt my beliefs. But I will suggest, however, that you consider the possibility that a powerful force does exist based on pure love. Some call it God, some call it the universe, the Tao, Buddha, whatever that is for you. Just believe that you can tap into this source every day. It will if you need. And that's so huge for me, because when things are going bad, I can just like close my eyes and relax, breathe. And there's so much information out there now on the internet. There's tapes. Go to YouTube. There are ways of just meditating and just tapping into that source. Just don't just don't not allow this to come into your life. Whatever it is for you, I'm not saying to follow any particular religion, just tap into the source that's there. Know that that's there. That's going to help you to do that. And then the A is, you know, if you're having negative thoughts, if you're getting negative momentum where you just keep saying the same things over, doing the same things over and over again, stop. Just stop and decide right now that you can improve your life. Again, you know, like I mentioned before with my physical, you know, if you're depressed, you're in a depressed state of mind. You can get out of that depressed state of mind. You are the master of your thoughts. You know, just stop. If you're heading towards it's a real dark, you're on top of a mountain and you're going to fall off a cliff, or you're going through a forest and you're going wrong when you know you're going the wrong way. If you keep going, you're going to eventually fall off that cliff. So just stop. The best thing you can do, if you're going in the wrong direction, if you don't know where you're going to go, just stop. Stop going. Just stop going in that direction. Stop thinking negative thoughts. Stop putting yourself down. Stop beating yourself up. Life is tough enough. Do not be your own worst enemy. Know that there is help out there. There's people who will encourage you. You can read books. You can listen to tapes, videos. There's so many things that you can do. You know, just don't be stuck. Know that there are things that you can do. There's ways to get yourself. If you immerse yourself with other people, with other positive, empowering people, that's probably one of the best ways. Just hanging out with people who are positive. You know, don't let negative stuff come into your life. Don't read that freaking newspaper in the morning. Turn off the news. You turn on the news, first thing you hear about is disaster all the time. They're just bombarding you with these negative things and advertisements, and just bam, bam. Block that stuff off. I'm not saying become an ostrich to put your head in the sand and not be aware of what's going on in life, but just stay away from all that stuff. You know, your mind is fertile. You know, Jim Rohn says our mind is like our garden, and we have to stay in garden of what comes in, because whatever comes in is going to come out. So do what you got to do. Maybe get yourself a life coach or something. You know, what we focus on, what we believe in, is true for us. And it's going to expand and create and attract even more of the same into our life. So don't go there. You know, align yourself. You know, allow yourself to be aware that it's our choice whether or not we align, appreciate, and attract all of the abundance of our Creator's grace, energy, and love to flow to us, through us, and from us. And then focus our minds in gratitude, love, and the possibility of improvement, because we can improve in each and every area. Same thing with our health. Building our bodies. We can build our bodies. Now, Tony Robbins always talks about how to engage our physiology. By moving our bodies and adding emotion, we can literally will ourselves to a peak state. And if you ever watch Tony Robbins, he's always doing things like clicking his fingers or just moving his body, moving his physiology. You know, he's got a thing he calls the hour of power, where every day he does things. First thing in the morning, he engages his body, and I do that. I've been doing it for years now, and I'll talk about that a little bit towards the end. But you just put the first thing in the morning. For me, that works out. It might not work for you. Maybe you have you're a young housewife, mother, and you have young children. You can't do it at that time because your kids need your attention. But do whatever you can do to find that time for yourself to engage yourself, your physiology. Now, let me ask you: if you were to see a person who is depressed, they're on the other side of a curtain. Can describe them. How would they appear to you? How would they look? How would this depressed person look to you if you were to define that person? Doesn't matter if it was male or female. You would probably say that their head would be down, their eyes would be sort of like looking towards the ground, and their shoulders would be drooped. Right? I mean, that's how a depressed person would look to you. We might feel like that ourselves, but if you snap your fingers and you stand up straight, if you can, if you're in a wheelchair and you can't stand up, do it anyways. Put your shoulders back and just think of positive thoughts. Engage your body. And if you do that, it's impossible to stay in a depressed state of mind if you engage your body and start moving. So if you can move, please do it. Do that. Just get up there and move. Do that hour of power every single day. Listen to inspirational speeches, tapes, books, anything to get your blood flowing. Eat healthy food. Stay away from all the processed crap that causes disease, all the sugars and the breads and things like that. Find yourself a life coach, you know, whatever you have to do. Start living a healthy lifestyle by building a better body and be your best self. Now, next one here is the C. That's our connection, our care, our contribution for other people. You know, we can't deal with in life unless we work with other people. It's so important that we give of ourselves. That, you know, one of the best ways we can do to improve relationships, whether it's home, personal, business, or casual, is to listen to other people and just treat people with respect. Don't respect people. I see it all the time on Facebook. All the time I see this, and this kills me. People unfriend people. Now, I can understand maybe you've got 4,000 friends and you don't even know who these people are. But you know, I see it happen in small groups where people they'll kick somebody out of a group because they don't like what they said or unfriend them, and it's just there's a general lack of disrespect going on out there, and people just treat people like they're nothing. How do you feel when somebody all of a sudden you go to their Facebook page, you thought that you were a friend and now you're not a friend anymore, or you were in a group before and now all of a sudden you're not in that group because somebody doesn't like you? They you know it makes you feel like crap. So don't do it to other people. Just respect people. If you don't like what they're saying or doing, you know, stand up for you. I'm not saying don't stand up for your rights, don't stand up for yourself, but don't, you know, just be mindful of other people's feelings. Treat people the way you want to be treated yourself. You know, forgive people, forgive often. Don't hold any grudges. Always search for ways to help other people and to give without expectations. There's a great book. It's an old book that's been around for years and years, and there's plenty of new ones. But you know, How to Win Friends and Influence Others by Dale Carnegie. I really recommend that you read that book. Lastly, this is the one that I probably struggled with the most since I had the stroke and I was on disability and things like that. It's your finances, how to make money again if you can't work. You know, if you don't have one of these living benefit life insurance policies and so you don't have any money coming in, you lost your income. Well, then what do you do? How do you design your financial destiny? How do you do it? You know, how do you get back? How do you get back in the saddle again? This was, like I said, probably the toughest one for me to learn. But there's so much information out there. There's home-based businesses you can get into that don't cost much. You know, not many people can you know afford to buy like a franchise like a McDonald's that costs like $1 million or something like that. But there's ways you can just learn how to start saving money. Don't spend as much. Go to a money managing seminar like Harv Eker's Millionaire Mind Intensive. I went twice. Wonderful free seminar. Great thing. Join a community of supportive people like My Lead System Pro, MLSP. You know, build leverage. Start building leverage for yourself. Start giving of yourself, and then, you know, if you start building leverage, if you start building some kind of a home-based business, then all of a sudden you might take a long time, but you are usually surrounding yourself around with positive-minded people, and you're building leverage in case something bad happens to you. And don't lose money. You know, try not to lose money. Don't gamble it. Don't invest your money in the stock market if you can't afford to lose it. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, he has two rules for money. Rule number one is don't lose money. That's the number one rule of investing. Don't lose money. Rule number two is pay attention to rule number one. Just don't lose money, you know, and learn some financial strategies like creating tax-free income. I can help you with that. And, you know, people put money in a 401k trap where your money is going to be money for retirement. You know, people don't realize it's going to be taxed later on. You know, so they start saving money. They don't realize these high fees that are being taken out every single month. They don't realize their money's at risk. If the stock market goes down, they can lose it. And they don't realize that they're going to be taxed at a higher rate. I mean, right now, the United States is $17 trillion in debt. Do you think taxes are going to go up, stay the same, or go down in the future? You know, if you're like most people and you think that taxes are going to go up, why do you want to delay paying your taxes now just so you can pay them later when they're higher? You know, don't do that. Pay your taxes now, and so that you're going to have tax-free income later on. And lastly, you know, most importantly, if you're paying for life insurance, please don't make the same mistake that I made, and make sure you get the new kind of life insurance. Because if you're paying anyways, you know, you might as well have it. It's like, would you rather have an old-fashioned black and white TV or a nice, good widescreen TV? Would you like to have an antenna or cable? Would you like to have an old-fashioned beeper, pager, or a smartphone? You know, things change. don't have old-fashioned stuff. Don't pay for the old-fashioned crap because it's no good. Get rid of it. And lastly, just laugh at yourself. Love more, live better, live more. And life really is short. Laugh, love, and live more. Do more of what you like and less of what you don't. You know, just do that. Allow one more another couple of posters that I put out there. Appreciate and share. Two of the greatest gifts that you can do is to appreciate life, show gratitude, and share, and celebrate all successes. This is huge. You know, celebrate even if something happens to somebody else. Your subconscious doesn't know that. Celebrate all successes. Your success as well as the success of others. Your subconscious mind only knows that you're celebrating. So if somebody else wins something, yay! Get up there and celebrate for them. Just get in the habit of celebrating so you're always celebrating. You know, drop judgments and petty jealousies. Choose to be happy and celebrate. Just get up there and celebrate. And then, you know, leave a legacy of love. So if you were to die today, how would you like to be remembered? Seriously, how, you know, if you were to die today, I hate thinking about bad things, but if you were to be gone today, and how would people remember you? You know, it's our choice. You know, sometimes we're the reminder of all the crap in the world. Sometimes we're the light that brightens in the dark room. Sometimes we're both, because I've been an asshole. You know, I've been a positive, inspiring guy. I've been both. You know, so your actions beginning today will determine our legacy. So start being a nice person. You know, start spreading some love around. Just be a good guy, a good lady, a good person. Just be good. Oh, here's, as I promised before, I was going to show you a little tip. I use a thing, just a little index card. I bought 200 index cards from the dollar store, real cheap. And every single day, I wake up in the morning and I do my little hour of power. And I write down an index card what I do what I'm going to do. So the first thing I do is I write down, here's my index card right here. And I write, even though it's pretty much the same every single day, I write down at the very top of it, who am I? I also have a vision board in my bedroom. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I see is this vision board with my writing on the board that says, who am I? And then so you sort of think, who are you? You know, who are you? And I like to say, I am a champion. I'm a winner. I'm strong. I'm confident. I'm relaxed. I'm a leader. I lead an ideal life. I love acronyms. Ideals, you know, with the word ideal is, you know, integrity, dignity, enthusiasm, abundance, love. And I love adding massive value to the lives of others. That's what so it's the first thing I see in the morning. And then I write down, I deliberately design my destiny, my dreams, my desires. So I know that I am the deliberate creator of my dreams, my destiny. And then this my acronym that I do every day is create A, which is my reality. So the first word is the letters A. So every day I write these down. Then I take this card with me. I put it in my pocket. I take the card with me. I go for my walk in the morning, and before I break into my run, I read. I pull the card out of my pocket and I read this aloud to myself. That I am aware. I am always aware that it's up to me whether or not I allow myself to align with, to appreciate, to attract all of the abundance of our Creator's grace, energy, and love. There's another acronym, GEL, GEL, grace, energy, and love, to flow to me, through me, and from me. I literally put myself in that space every single morning. I go there every single morning. You know, I'm not saying that the day ends up like that, but I begin every single morning like that. Every single morning I do that. At nighttime, every single night, I say prayers. I say prayers now with somebody very special in my life. She knows who I'm talking about. And then the next one is the word is to reality. Raise the letter R. Raise my standards. Another one I put in there is to relax. For me, because I have a tendency to get over enthusiastic about things. So raise my standards. Create daily rituals. Respect others and create rapport. For me, you must create these daily rituals of things you're going to do every single day. This is one of my daily rituals, is to do this, to do my hour of power, to feed my mind about an hour of this positive, empowering stuff every single day, then go out and do my exercise, go for my walk. I do it every single day. The next one is the letter E. and that's to enjoy life, and energize and tap into that energy. I didn't write the energy down, but tap into the energy, the eternal love that's there. Tap into that, and then focus on fun, focus on forgiveness, and then with my buzzwords here for the stroke support community: give, help, and inspire, growth, happiness, and improvement. I just state, this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. That's why I put those guys in there, but it goes along with it. I love making things simple. I love creating simple letters. So whatever word that you use for yourself, you can create a word that you can look at every single day to help to remind yourself. For me, it's reality, to create a reality. And then A, this I get this from Tony Robbins, and I click my fingers when I do this. I have absolute belief and certainty that I am deliberately designing my destiny, my dreams, and my desires. I have absolute belief and certainty, and I engage my physiology when I say that. And then the letter L, and that's love. And I go through my whole ABCD process when I do this. I start in the center, and I tap into that love. And then I go to the A, and that's to lead an ideal life. And there's the word ideal, so it's the word, life of integrity, dignity, enthusiasm, abundance, and love. And then I go to the B, to live, to be my best self, to build my body. And then I go over to the C, and it's listen to others, and let go of pettiness, and respect people. Just connect, communicate with them, contribute. And then I go up to the D, and it's to leave a legacy. Create leverage. You can do that by creating leverage. If you build a business, if you just leave something, however you want to be remembered, what are you going to leave when you leave here? And then I, going back to where I was up there in the top, I am a champion, I'm a winner, and all of those things right there. And then T is today I will give thanks for all of my blessings. So every day I'm thankful. Every day I give gratitude. And then lastly, the letter Y is, yesterday is gone. Don't sit back and hold grudges. Think about what didn't happen. Don't think about the problems of yesterday. Think about the solutions of today, things you can do. Have a zest for life today. And that's it, guys. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this little simple little tip, and that's just the index card. Stay positive. Stay focused on what you can do, not what you can't do. And I hope that resonates with you, and I hope you get some value out of this. And I hope so. If you want some more information, connect with me on Facebook. Go to Bob Miller Success, Facebook.com/Bob Miller Success, or hopefully my website will be up by the time this is out there. So go to go to BobMillerSuccess.com. So anyways, thanks again for coming here today, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have yourself a great day, a great week, a great life. Feel the positive momentum, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.